everyone, it is me, your friend Technicolor Mike B, and I'm doing a special video today that is part of the Gender Tag Project. Now, if you're not familiar with the Gender Tag Project, it is a YouTube tag video that encourages individuals to answer a set of 10 prompts relating to their experience with gender in a form of a YouTube video. Now, I've been planning for a while to do a video Q&A session, and some of the questions I had planned to answer really, I think, fall in line with the Gender Tag project. And it also falls in line with June being Gay Pride Awareness Month or Pride Month, whatever you want to refer to it as. And I thought that it was an opportunity for me to answer those questions. So here are the questions and my answers. How do you identify your gender? What does the definition mean to you? Well, I've always considered myself to be a male. I grew up as a boy and became a man. That is always been how I've seen myself and how I've hoped that others would see me as well. What pronouns honor me? I guess I'm new to the whole concept of they and them as a pronoun. I've read a few books where there's been characters who identify themselves in that non-binary concept of neither he nor she. But no, I've always been a male, and he has always been the appropriate gender pronoun for me. What style of clothing do I wear most often? I would say I am dressing as a guy. I buy all of my clothes in the men's department. That is what I wear, men's clothing. Now, I guess the next question is the one that gets people confused. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? Do you choose to shave or not shave? No, this is not a coronavirus haircut. I have a mohawk. I guess you could say it is coronavirus related that I've been lazy during the coronavirus since I haven't been going out. I haven't styled it as much as I normally would. It's been a mohawk for probably more than 5 years. Before it was a mohawk, I'd shave my head for almost daily for 2 or 3 years, and I've let it grow out and had crew cuts and flat tops and just about every length. There's been a time when people would say, you know, every time I see you, your hair looks different. Well, yeah, when it never gets longer than an inch before I cut it and style it and do something with it. This is probably, well, it's longer on the sides than it's been in a while. It's been growing out for about a month. It's bleached. It's blue on the top. Got that short mohawk strip. It's been in the past 3-4 inches long. It's been blue, purple, green, any other color. I've tried 2-3 colors simultaneously, and although I guess it's not a question on the list, but yes, I do have several piercings, noticeably in my ear and in my lip, and I've had kids ask me, are you a boy or a girl? I guess they're like, well, you seem to be a guy, you're wearing guys' clothing, but you have the earrings, and I know girls have earrings. And so they ask that question. They just don't quite get that concept, and that I have unusual hair that when it's shaved and just a mohawk, you can't necessarily tell as much about. I don't look like their dad, I don't look like their mom, and like, who are you, what are you? And I guess that is where the question comes up. I'm a guy, and I've always considered myself a guy, and I know I am on the fringe. I am different. I am not conforming on hairstyle and jewelry options with multiple piercings in both ears. But yeah, it's been since teenager, or like I got my first crew cut and flat top when I was in the 8th grade, and in high school there was a period I let it grow out, and it was 6-8 inches long, and then in college I'd shave it again, get a buzz cut, crew cut, flat top. So it's changed lengths, changed styles. I started bleaching my hair. I grew up as a blonde, and then it started getting more brown and dark as I got older, and I'm like, I liked it lighter, so I started bleaching my hair. But no, that doesn't make me not a guy, because I do things with my hair. Guys can style their hair too. Talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What types of soaps and perfumes do you choose? And, well, yes, I do play with makeup and do face painting quite a bit. If you've been watching this year, I've done more than 100 faces since the middle of March. That's a lot of makeup wearing. But if you saw me at work, if you saw me at the Kennedy Center when I'm seeing a show, if you ran into me at the grocery store, no, I do not wear makeup. I think like there's been 2 or 3 times I've attempted just a normal looking makeup, more a get ready for a headshot type, put on makeup and get rid of the irregular coloration of my skin or whatnot. But no, in public I do not wear makeup. Do you color your nails? I have colored my nails in the past, and I probably would have my nails colored now, but it seems like every time I try to color my nails, a few weeks later my nails start chipping and cracking and splitting. I don't know if it's I'm doing something wrong, I'm damaging part of the nail by applying the polish, or it's the acetone nail polish remover that is weakening the nail. But anytime I've tried to color my nails, after a few weeks I find that my nails split. I do balloons a lot at events, and I find that when my nails start chipping and all that, with doing the balloons, it's a lot of finger work that it is tough. So it's like, for me, as much as I would like to be able to color my nails, it's like, I don't know why guys don't get into that kind of thing. But yeah, I would, but I have problems with that. Soaps and perfumes. I've always had a sensitive nose, and I hate anything with a strong flowery scent. I can't stand perfumes and colognes and any heavily scented product. I avoid them as much as possible. So no, I do not use any perfumes. I can't stand the smell of them. Have you experienced being misgendered? Now, I've never had an adult ask me, are you a guy or a girl? But I do get that from kids, and I'll be at the grocery store or something, and I'll hear a 7-year-old tell their mom, hey, that guy's got earrings or whatnot. So it's, I do realize that for kids, I do not come across as a stereotypical guy. But I've never had that issue with an adult having asked me, are you a guy or a girl, or saying by mistake, ma'am. to know. Adults, I've not had that problem, but kids, yes, they do ask. Have you experienced dysphoria? How does it affect you? No. I feel like I'm in the right body, and I have nothing that I'd say that makes me feel different. It's just I like to express myself in hairstyles, in hair colors, in fancy face paint designs, but no, that doesn't change who I am. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that option were available to you? I guess growing up, I always saw myself as someone who would get married, have a wife and kids, but somewhere along the way, I guess it was never a priority for me. Back almost 20 years ago, I had looked into becoming a foster parent. I was single. I had the time. I was working fairly close to home, and I knew there was a need for it, so I looked into it. I took the classes with the county to get approved, and then the post-Y2K recession happened. I got laid off from work, and that became a back burner. It wasn't a priority. I needed to be able to pay my own bills and not have to worry about taking care of someone else. Several years later, I became a host parent for foreign exchange students, and I had first year 1 exchange student, and the following year 2 foreign exchange students living in my house, and I was making sure that they were fed and making to school and helping them cope with life in America. So I've done some of the parenting, but never as a true father to my own children. I guess that is a regret that I have, that I sort of passed up on having kids of my own, getting married, having a family. But that's what it is. Talk about money. Is it important to provide? Yeah, I'm independent. I have a job, I have income, I have money. I'm not into relationships. I guess when I got out of college, there were coworkers I liked and would have been like happy going on dates with them or whatnot. But no, that was not a priority. There was one coworker who I was close to. She had just graduated from school like I had. She had just moved to the area like I had. So we had that connection in common, that we were both newly out of school, new to the area. There were two differences. She knew one of the other people at work. They had gone to school together. So they had met before, so she knew someone, and she was Asian. Now, there's nothing wrong with being Asian. It's just that she fit in with an Asian college students or young adult club, so she found her connection to other Asians. I'm not Asian, so I didn't join that Asian society, so she met friends through the Asian connection that I wasn't meeting, and she eventually found someone and got married. We went our separate ways. I got laid off from work. She stayed on with the company, but it's like I've never had the opportunity to worry about how much money I make versus how much someone else makes. Anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? Well, I guess I've skirted the issue without answering it, but I know this is Gay Pride Month. I've never associated myself as being gay. I realize I am not the normal straight guy either. I'm something different, but no, being gay has never been part of my identity, how I've seen myself. Hopefully the phone will just stop ringing on its own. We'll just ignore it and go on. But I'm not into having relationships. I've had coworkers that were female and friends that were female that I would have liked to have our relationship go further and go into a dating relationship, but I've never had that kind of experience with another guy. I don't have the hots for guys. It's just I'm your single guy. I guess my assumption is people figure, well, you're in your mid 40s, you're single, you're not married, you have no kids, you play with makeup, you have weird hair, that you must be gay. It's been probably 10 years since anyone's asked me, are you gay? I've not had that conversation with people, but I guess my assumption is there are people who just assume I probably am gay, and I guess I've never felt the need to correct them one way or another and say, hey, nope, I'm not, or yes, I am. That's just not been an important thing in my life. I guess I did not understand the whole concept of gay marriage when it started the popular trend and started becoming legal in the United States. That was just never something I had considered. But I guess over the years and having friends who are gay, I've come to the realization that if you have someone in your life that you care about, that you love, and want to have that relationship, then yes, it is appropriate for them to have gay rights and gay marriage, and to be able to have the same rights and benefits that a normal, like if you want to call it normal, traditional heterosexual couple would have. But no, it's not part of the identity that I consider for myself. So yeah, that's my experience with gender and my answers to the gender tag project questions. I hope you found my answers helpful and interesting, and maybe there are people out there like me who feel relationships and dating aren't important parts of their life. I consider myself an introvert, so that I am equally happy, comfortable, or maybe more comfortable spending time alone. I do have friends and like to go to lunch and talk and shoot the breeze, but I know I'm not searching for a relationship. You will not find dating profiles. I've never had a dating profile online. That's just never been something that's been important to me. So yeah, this is Technicolor Mike B, just doing a Q&A session for the Gender Tag Project. Thanks for watching.